So, what's the deal with those direct drives? You gonna tell us more about them? We're waiting.
All right, let me finish this. All right, guys, as you know, if you've been watching the live streams, I've been trying out the Moza R9 base and the Thrustmaster T818. The deal was these companies said, hey, you want to try this equipment? Sure, I'll try it out. And they sent it over. So there's no strings attached. I can say whatever the heck I want. And I wanted to try them out so I have a more depth of knowledge of the equipment that's out there. So when people come into the live stream or ask me, you know, about equipment, I have actually some experience with some of this stuff. Now, these two, you could say, are basically competing against each other. We got a 9 Newton meter wheelbase with the Moza and a 10 Newton meter base with the Thrustmaster. And this would be considered like introductory level direct drive wheelbases. So I'm just going to tell you my general thoughts on introductory level direct drives and my experience with both of these bases. Now, overall, in general, I understand where I'm coming from here. I'm used to running a VRS wheelbase with a GSI GT Max 32 rim. And, you know, the VRS is 20 Newton meters. I'm used to having a lot of force feedback. And I can tell you with these, we're looking at half the power. So right away, I'm thinking, all right, well, you know, what actual power can these things give out? Well, overall, in general, in my opinion, the top end strength for these is just not enough. The Moza has been on the scene for a little while now, and it has garnered a lot of conversation in live streams. I always hear about it whenever we're talking about equipment. They do a really good job at keeping it simple and keeping it very, as far as the price, keeping it very fair with price. Now, right off the bat, as of this recording right now, the Moza is coming in at $400. That's just for the base. And the Thrustmaster is coming in at $650. Hey, Malone, which base should I get? Which one's the best? First of all, can I tell between 9 Newton meters and 10 Newton meters? The way I tested it, where I threw the Thrustmaster on, used that for 3 weeks, and then switched over to the Moza, used that for like 3 weeks. I couldn't really tell. I can't tell the difference between 1 Newton meter. And maybe if you had like 2 rigs set up with the exact same car, exact same, you know, everything the same except for the base, and you had the same strength settings, you might be able to tell. I don't know. It's not like I'm doing that sort of extensive testing here, but so as far as power-wise, they both performed about the same, to be honest. Now, you got different rims. They sent me this V2. I'm actually not sure the exact. It's just one of their basic V2 rims with that. It's a very nice rim, the Moza rim, with that. And then I was using this Sparco, like more of a rallycross rim for the Thrustmaster. This one's a little bit lighter in the hand than this one. This one has a little bit more girth to it, the Moza one. So the rim, what you're feeling through the rim is going to make a huge difference. Now, I was also able to put my GSI rim on the Moza. See, that's one of the big differences. With Thrustmaster, you're really stuck in the ecosystem of Thrustmaster. You're stuck using their rims. I haven't heard of some third-party adapter that you can put on any rim to be able to use any rim on the Thrustmaster, but you can fit any type of rim for the Moza because you can buy like their quick release and everything. And that brings up quick release. Which quick release is the best? The Thrustmaster does use a lot of plastic, and there is a little bit of play. The Moza one, it's a lot more metal. And I did get a little bit of play, but talking with other people with Moza, they said theirs was rock solid. So experiences may be different for different people, but I did get some play with it, which you really don't see with the higher end stuff. So, you know, all these companies are coming up with their own quick releases, and you know, I think they're all just trying to get it all figured out here, but. Every one of them is different, and depending on your setup, and you know, maybe you get a little bit of play, a little wiggle here and there. It's not so bad when you're actually racing, but just something to keep in mind. You know, quick releases. But like I said, ecosystem. Obviously, these companies want to get you stuck in their ecosystem. You buy their base, they want you to buy all their rims. Thrustmaster has a lot of rims in their ecosystem. If you have like 6 or 7 rims already from Thrustmaster from over the years, you know, it might make sense to go with the Thrustmaster. But Moza's coming out with more and more rims nowadays. I will tell you this, with these, I'm calling them lower end direct drive wheelbases. You know, when you're looking at 9-10 Newton meters of power, the lighter the rim you have, so if you went with like an F1 style rim, the more forces you're gonna feel. Obviously, when I put the GSI rim on a Moza, I mean, not a whole lot was coming through. I had to crank it, and then you get a lot of clipping. But this base started heating up quite a bit. And I did have it cranked, and I wasn't playing around. I wasn't trying to treat it nice or anything. I really wanted to see what was going on. But it was warm to the touch, and I smelled something. Okay, I smelled something, like somebody that left put popcorn in the microwave a little bit too long, or something was going on. Okay, but so yeah, I really put it through the rigors there, and so you know, that's something to keep in mind though. When you're using when you have introductory level direct drives, and you're basically using all of the forces that it can output. Let's say you're doing an endurance race. Let's say the guys say, hey, can you get in the car for 4 hours? And you're racing full on for 4 hours. You know, there's not much overhead. So this thing's gonna be running max like the entire time. And you know, how's that gonna hold up throughout the years? You know, you know, obviously there's sensors in here, so if it gets too hot, it's gonna start cutting power. It's not just going to self-destruct and start melting, but something to keep in mind. You know, I understand people want to get direct drive, and I was super curious because I was using VRS direct drive for the longest time. They start coming out with all these other ones that look at the price. Hey, that's a low price point. Wow, I can get into the direct drive market for, well, $400. And you know, you're just like, wow, this is crazy. Sim racing has come so far. I mean, it is great that there's a lot of direct drives out there, but I'm here to tell you that not all direct drives are made the same. I mean, there's a reason why this is $400. I mean, there's a reason why they're so inexpensive, is because of the power output. And I'm not ragging on them. I think they're great wheelbases. Look, if you're upgrading from a G29 or you're on any type of belt-driven, I mean, this is going to be a massive upgrade. You are going to have a freaking blast out there. But you get one of these, and I'm telling you, there's going to be an upgrade in your future. You're going to want more power, I think, in my opinion, as coming to you as a sim racing elitist. Okay, that's been lucky enough to be able to use some of the higher end equipment. But do I think it's fine for probably 90% of sim racers? Yeah, it is. And it's dependent on the rim that you have. Like I said, a much lighter rim, F1 style rim, these are going to outperform what my experience was, in my opinion. I didn't try them with an F1 style rim, but it just makes sense. The lighter the rim, the better it's the easier it's going to be for it to perform its tasks. And look, not every car. I mean, I was in GT3. There's a numerous amount of cars that I would run where I would put the force feedback to my liking, and I didn't get any clipping. And it performed just fine. But as far as like detail and stuff, all the details there. You feel every bump, you feel every curb, you feel everything coming through both of these wheelbases. But it's the max range that you're not getting. So like certain spikes, it's going to cut off at a certain level. Perfect example is F4. At Road America, the carousel. You enter the carousel, boom, it just goes right to red, and you're just getting the full force of the wheel's output, and it just doesn't change. So it just throws it all the way to max, and the wheel feels dead. Like, you can feel that it's just giving you the maximum forces, but it just dies. There's no range there. So that's something to think about. But otherwise, you know, at this point, you know, I'm really glad I'm lucky enough to be able to try out some of this equipment. So if you guys have questions, you know, I'm better here to answer them for you, because you know how it is. Somebody's like, hey, I want to get into sim racing, and my budget is $1,000 or something. What can I afford? And it's like, you know, you see a lot of these bundles. You got CSL bundles for really cheap, and it's direct drive, and you got to understand what you're getting into. As far as like I said before, all direct drives aren't made the same. So look at the Newton meters of power, look at all that, and decide. Now I know Moza came out with the R12, 12 Newton meters now, and I think it's like $180 upgrade from this. You know, $180 for 3 Newton meters. Is that worth it? Well, I mean, 12 may be. I think that would be probably where you should start at, to be honest, but they got the R16 and all that stuff. But also, software is a big deal. So Thrustmaster, a little lacking on the software as far as the different things that you can change with it, and just the interface of it, and how it operates and how it works, and the firmware. It just seems a little outdated, to be honest. It worked fine. I mean, you just download it, installs, you know, and you can go through there and you can change a couple things, like your dampening and your spring and all that. You know, it's you can use it. It just seems a little outdated. Compare that to Moza. I mean, the Moza software by far beats Thrustmaster 100%. It's really nice interface. A lot of things you can change, presets. You can do it all on the fly. You can be racing and have it up on a second monitor or whatever, and just be changing stuff, and it's just automatic. It's really, actually really nice. And you can, I believe you can like save someone else's preset, like load it into yours. Like, hey, try my Moza settings. Here's the file. Boom, load it up. Away you go. So I got to give Moza credit for the software. It's really nice. Not really sure what else. If there's anything else you want me to, I'm open. This is one of those YouTube videos where I'll actually read some of the comments down below. Now, so if you have any questions down below, feel free to shoot away. And I can't guarantee I can answer all the questions, but like I said, I used each one of these wheelbases for about 2-3 weeks. You know, I don't know how many races. I'm sure if you've been watching my YouTube videos, you know, some videos are kind of delayed, so you may see some more in the future after this gets released of like me using the different bases and all that stuff. But yeah, let me know down in the comments. Thanks for coming and hanging out. And remember, this isn't a review channel, okay? I'm not reviewing anything. I'm just telling you what I thought, okay? This isn't a review. Don't get things twisted, okay? I'm just a dirty old live streamer, okay? That clicks go live, and then I just hang out with you guys and have fun and race. But yeah, I figured I'd put this all together for you guys, just so I can spill out all my opinions on it. I'm sure I missed something, but I thought there was another thing that I wanted to mention, but yeah, I'm not too sure. It had something to do with you know, something probably something super important and groundbreaking, but I can't quite think of it. And I'm over here freaking sweating because I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I got the meat sweats. We just had some extra meat. This is what I do, guys. we got these spicy chicken nuggets, okay? And we got some hamburger buns. So I went ahead and I put these spicy chicken nuggets in the air fryer. Boom, you get like 7 of them. And then you open up the bun, put some pepper jack cheese on there. So pretty good, yeah. And then you put it on there, and I even put sweet and sour sauce on it, okay? And then I shoved it into my face. And I said, I think I'm sweating a little bit from that chicken. I mean, this is like highly processed stuff, comes out of a factory. So I don't know what's going to happen to me. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll see you guys later. I love you.